What's going on, everybody? This is Dee Car Lady coming at you, and today we're going to go ahead and have a talk about the 30-day success formula. All right, this is a Q&A session as well as kind of like a walkthrough. Basically, what I wanted to do is bring this information to you guys because there's a lot of people who are posting about it, and it leaves a lot of people unsure as far as, how does it all work? You get confused. Well, what I've done, guys, with this 30-day success formula is I actually reached out to the company multiple times because when I'm looking at getting into an online business, I want to do my due diligence. I want to ask as many questions as possible. And I did my research, and there are some pieces of information that are not out there on the internet, not out there on the post, because possibly the people who are promoting it don't know that's possible, or they just didn't ask the right questions. So definitely, if you guys are familiar with me, I kind of dig deep, right? I want to bring the most current and accurate information possible so you guys can make an accurate decision in your business. So you guys will be able to interact and ask questions because there may be things that I can help clear up. Like I said, because I do have a lot of information on the company after doing my due diligence. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and kind of give you guys an overview, and then we'll get into the Q&A. So feel free to grab a pen and paper and write anything down that you need to, or take notes if you want to hold your questions until after, the brief period that I show you guys some information on it. We'll definitely do that because I want you guys to be informed. All right. So first things first, let me go ahead and welcome everyone that's showing up. And as more people come in, just, have everyone mute themselves until, we get to the Q&A so you guys can ask all the questions that you have. All right. I appreciate it. Carol for coming in. Miss Watts coming in. Shantae coming in. Latasha, Melody, Kara, Ari, Dee Dee. I appreciate all you guys for showing up. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into it. What I want to do first, guys, is kind of tell you what it's all about. Basically, the 30-day success formula, all right, is an offline program. Now, I know most of us are dealing with online marketing. There may be some people who are dealing with offline marketing as well. And what it is, it's a training, it's a marketing platform, okay? Marketing, training, digital assets is one of the biggest products out there right now in the online space especially. When I say marketing training, it's about training that can help you market any business that you have. I mean, knowledge is like the most valuable asset that's out there that, that we can actually get people to sign up because they need it. All right. So the product itself, all right, because I definitely like to understand what the product is. I don't like getting into things just to kind of switch money back and forth, right? That's called cash gifting. I don't do that, right? The product itself is marketing training. They do have different levels that you can start at, and I'm going to show you the website and everything like that, and we're going to kind of go through that so you'll see the different levels that you can start at. And on the back end side, so what you'll be joining is the actual marketing platform, to get the training. But on the back side, you can also make you some money with it. All right, that's where the income opportunity comes in, where you can make commissions over and over and over. And the reason this platform is different from what a lot of us may be used to is because this one is based off of actually offline, where they actually will mail letters out for you on your behalf, right, for people to see the same opportunity that you see and decide to join you. And you didn't even talk to a person. You didn't have to try and recruit a person. You didn't have to try and sell a person or anything. So this particular opportunity is good for people who, one, don't have a lot of time. A lot of people still have a job. Some people still have 2 or 3 jobs, right? You may have children. You have a family, you may not have a whole bunch of time to dedicate to your, to a different business, especially, a business that you're just starting. You may not have a whole bunch of time. All right. Another thing about it that I noticed, guys, is that, like I said, it's offline, so you don't have to do anything online if you don't want to. So what that means is if you are still kind of beginning with marketing and, you're like, man, I'm still learning, I don't really know how to do it. You don't have to, okay? You literally don't have to, right? So you don't have to worry about, oh, well, this is just another thing that I have to market online. It's an option to do that, but the way it's set up is it's offline, so that way you don't have to worry about the learning curve, okay? Because that's something that really scares people, the learning curve. They're like, man, it's so many things. I don't know how to do anything, da-da-da. This one is like the simplest I've seen, all right? I should have got into offline a lot sooner, right? But anyhow, that's kind of giving you the backdrop of it. So let me go ahead and, okay, I already said she's off camera because she's at work. Cool. Welcome. As you guys are coming in, welcome, Kyrie. Thanks for stopping by. As you guys are coming in, just mute yourself until we get to the Q&A part. Right now, I'm just giving you guys a brief overview of it, but we're going to get into some deep questions that you have and some specific information that I found out, you know, while doing my research on the company 30-Day Success Formula. So I want to go ahead and share my screen and go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and take you over to the website itself. All right. Let me share my screen with you. Go over here to the website itself. Okay. And I need to put the camera people out the way. All right. And this is the website itself. Okay. And it's letting you know that, hey, they have real products and real commissions. Because like I said, the first and foremost is when you're looking at joining something, you want to actually have a product. You don't want to just be switching money back and forth to people. That's called cash gifting. And that might not be the best for you. Okay. And we're going to talk about, we're going to get into the comp plan and all of that good stuff as well. But what I want to show you here is some of the products. Okay. Now this is this right here, the credit booster. It's a prepaid credit program. Okay. If you wanted to get into that and get that card, that is optional. That is not something that you have to do, but it is one of the products that they have. Okay. So it's not something that you have to do, but something that you could take advantage of. That would be pretty cool. All right. But I want to get down to the marketing training. Okay. Marketing training, because I like looking at the product first. All right. And they have different levels. And if a lot of you guys may be familiar with the online marketing and how the training usually comes in modules or levels, well, this is the same way. And for anyone who is new and be watching this video, this is how it works. You join at different levels because you may be at one level and another person may decide they want a different level. All right. Well, on this level here, they actually tell you exactly what you will learn. For instance, they say the secret to making money, techniques to pick market filled with hungry cash in hand buyers. All right. This is the foundation of your entire business. All right. Now, why is this type of marketing training valuable? Because no matter what type of business you want to do ever in life, whether you're doing one now, whether you're like, hey, you know, I might want to start doing a business, whether it's an online or offline business, I'm going to tell you from experience, guys, the thing that you absolutely need to know if you ever want to do a business at all, I'm talking about even if you want to cut lawns, right, on the weekends, that's what you want to do, is you need to know how to be able to market and get leads in that business. So the product is actually the training on showing you different things on how to be able to start a business from scratch. I mean, you know, if you're a brand newbie, on how to start a business from scratch. Okay. So it talks about how to get paid for selling other people's products. If you guys are familiar with the online space, which a lot of you are, you know about affiliate marketing and that nature, where you can definitely get paid to market other products that you don't even own. All right. So how cool is that? So that's what they're going to talk about in module 1. And then it goes on to module 2. It's going to be the next level here. And this one right here is going to tell you how you can get thousands of laser targeted leads on autopilot. Once again, you'll see a lot of training out there, guys, is telling you about how to be able to get leads in your business. Why? Because if you have a business, you don't have leads, you pretty much don't have a business. You know, even if, oh, excuse me, guys. Even if, like I said, you have a side business, whereas let's say you're cutting hair, you know, you cut hair at your house, you know, or you do hair at your house, whatever the case may be. Or even if you're selling on eBay, let's say you're doing drop shipping, right? You always want to know how to get more leads in that because eBay has their fees and all this good stuff, right? But you say, hey, man, if I could get more people to my site, you know, let's say you have an Etsy site, you know, or you post on Pinterest, you're like, man, if I could get more people to that, I could have more sales there and I wouldn't have to pay eBay so many fees, right? So no matter what business you do, you're going to need to know how to be able to get leads to that business. So that's why marketing training is valuable, all right? And down here, module 3, it talks more about the sales strategy, how you can turn your content and make it go viral. All right, viral just means it's seen everywhere, right? You can start out with one piece of content or one piece of information, and it's going to teach you how to basically, you're in one place, but how you can be omnipresent, if you will, everywhere. All right. Because you can have the best product on earth, guys, but if no one knows who you are, then guess what you have? You pretty much just have a product. You don't have any sales, right? Because no one knows who you are. So going viral is definitely important. And it goes on to module 4, how you can build a website. So you see there's different product levels here. All right. This one here is about marketing made profitable. And I want to point out, guys, one of my teammates today, they made a comment that was very good. It was on point. She said, D, you can never have too much training. And she's absolutely correct, you know, because out here in this space, you're always going to be learning something, right? That's going to be able to help you improve in your life, improve in your business, you know, improve in your time freedom, right? Which is going to help you overall. So all training is good training, guys. You can never have too much training, okay? In module 6, it's going to talk about the secrets of advertising on Facebook. A lot of us, you know, will start out on Facebook because it's free and it's the only thing we know, right? But we wind up spending hours and hours and hours on Facebook, right? Because we didn't really know how to market on Facebook. So this is going to help you with that at that module level, all right? And module 7, it's talking about how you can basically do free offers, right? Because you definitely will want to be able to have bonuses that you offer people something to, you know, come to your business, to whether you're selling clothes, right? Whether you're doing hair, whether you're selling sneakers, it really doesn't matter. Whether you're selling cars, right? It's going to teach you that. So that is what's going to be on that level. Let me look. I see some chats coming up. Let me just make sure that I'm looking at those chats. Just case, okay.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon.
All right. Just a couple people said they had technical difficulties. All right. Hopefully you guys worked that out. Okay. And Kyrie said, "What's up, Dee? What's up, Kyrie?" All right. All right. Now, module number 8 is going to talk about outsource like a pro. Okay. And I just want to tell you guys something about outsourcing. I'm really just now kind of learning outsourcing, like within the last maybe 3 months, guys. And I'm going to tell you something serious right here. When you first get into your business, like I said, it doesn't matter if it's on or offline, right? When you first get into your business, you're trying to do everything yourself. You don't know where to outsource. You're like, man, I need, if you're doing online, you're like, I need a capture page. You know, I need a logo, you know, all of these different things that you need. And you think that you literally have to create all of them yourself. That means you have to spend hours and days and weeks learning how to do everything, right? Well, if you learn how to outsource, guys, right, that is going to be a much better use of your time, because there's a lot of things you can outsource and it doesn't cost that much. And we're not just talking about Fiverr, okay? We're not just talking about Fiverr, but it's other places that you can use to outsource different things, and you'll wind up saving a lot of time, which means money, because time is money. So you wind up saving money. So it's definitely important to know about that. All right. So those are the different products right there. Okay. Now, basically, the way that you make money with this is become a distributor. Okay. And you become a distributor when you actually buy the products. Okay. And this is talking about the cost of the different levels. And we're going to go ahead and go through this right now. So don't forget, guys, write down your questions as we go, because I'm going to answer every single question. If I have an answer, I'm going to give it to you. And I do have a lot of answers, right? I do have a lot of answers. Like I said, I did my due diligence and did a lot of research on the company. All right. Not saying I know everything, but I know some things. Okay. All right. So they have it starting as little as $89, guys. And this is a one-time investment. It is not $89 a month. Okay. There's a lot of businesses you start and you got to pay, you know, whatever that cost is monthly. It is what it is, right? Well, in this one, it's a one-time cost. Okay. And it starts as low as $89 a month. All right. And it lets you know what modules it includes. All right. The modules is the training, right, that we just went through. Like I said, it's important that you understand what you're buying. All right, you're not buying the right to work. No, you're buying the training, but with that comes along the ability to be able to make a very, very lucrative income and make it pretty fast. I know you guys have seen my team's success out there posting, you know, getting packages in the mail and all of that good stuff, guys. And it's absolutely true. Okay. And this is the comp plan that you earn on that first level there. You earn $30 per sale. That means anytime someone joins you, whether it's because you decided to kind of venture onto the online, or if you're doing the program the way it's designed, which is the letters that go out. And I'm going to show you an example of the letters that go out. So bear with me. I'm going to show you that. But when a person decides, they say, hey, you know, I always wanted to start a business. You know, I definitely want to learn how to market. I got $89. You know, let me go ahead and do that, right? You're going to make $30 every time they do that. Okay. Then let's go on down on level 2. All right. On level 2, the cost for the product, all right, is $250. And that includes modules 1 and 2. That's the training that you get, okay? And each time a person joins you at that level, because they're buying that training, right, you're going to earn $100 for each and every time. And guys, when I'm saying this, I know a lot of you guys are watching, are thinking about the online space. Think of this, guys. The letters are going out on your behalf. There's people sign up that never call you, never email you. They get the letter, which is a very convincing letter. I'm going to show you guys that, okay? And they say, hey, I see this is a value of product. They go ahead and submit their payment, and you get paid, okay? That is how it is, okay? All right, and we're going to talk about the getting paid on 2 levels, okay? Because I know you see that part. We're going to talk about that, all right? But I wanted to go through the basic part of the comp plan first, okay? Now, the next one is the level 3, okay, which is the $1,000 level. And once again, for the training, you're actually getting modules 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so you're buying all of that marketing training 1, 2, 3, and 4. But because you bought that marketing training, now you have the ability to earn $400 per sale. When a person joins you at the $1,000 level because they want that marketing training as well, you're going to make $400. All right. And once again, people are joining this without even, calling anyone, because here's the thing. And let me make sure that you guys understand this. The company actually closes your sales for you, right? The letter that the people get, and I'm going to show you that letter, it actually has the phone number to the company so they can reach out, because that's what I did, right? When I got interested in it, I did, some research on YouTube, but I already know how sometimes things are not thorough on YouTube, right? Not thorough to Dee Car Lady standards, right? So I had questions that were not on YouTube, not on Google. So I actually called the number on that letter. I let them know whose name it was on the letter and everything, so that way that person would get credit. And I actually called, and I'm going to tell you from my point of view, this is what happened. At first, I wasn't going to join, right? I'm like, oh man, they just out there wilding out on Facebook, right? It's just another cash gifting thing. This is what I thought, honestly, right? And then I looked at a couple of reviews. I'm like, everybody's always like, oh gosh, you're making so much money. Well, some of those people, you know them and I know them, right? Some of those people, they have like millions of people following them, so they're going to sell anything, right? I mean, they'll make money in anything. I was looking for something like, let me see a regular person doing something type situation, not the people who are making $1 million a month, right? So then I came across another review. I said, okay, well, this looks pretty cool. Let me see, right? But it took me like a couple weeks before I jumped on. But what bumped me up to this level here, right? Because at first I was like, well, maybe I'll get in at $89, because it has a money back guarantee, which I'll get to, right? And then, but after calling the company, and I called them 3 times, right? Because I mean, I take notes, guys. Like, I don't play. I take notes, right? So I wrote down some notes each time, and I said, let me just call the company and get some clarification on some things that I heard, but I wasn't sure if it was true, right? So after talking to them 3 times, I said, oh yeah, it's legit. Okay, let's rock, right? And I actually joined at the $1,000 level instead of the lower level. And it wasn't the money wasn't the issue. It was a matter of when you don't have a lot of information, then you're more skeptical, right? So I didn't have a lot of information because there wasn't a lot of detailed information on YouTube. It was just a whole bunch of people saying that they made a whole bunch of money. Yeah, they say that about anything, right? So I had to get more information, and now that made me feel more confident, right? And shell out $1,000. I gotta feel confident, shell out $1,000, guys. All right. So anyhow, that is the $1,000 level, and it does go higher than that. The next level is a $2,500 level. All right, and on that level, when someone joins you at this level here, you make $1,000 commission. And once again, there are people on my team, right, who are getting these commissions without talking to anyone. Now, that doesn't mean that you want to be the type of person that, oh, well, no, I just want people to pay me and I never have to talk to them. No, if they call you, then talk to them. But the majority of the people are just not calling. They're getting the letter. They're calling the company, because the company is the toll-free number, right? And the company is the ones who are closing the sales for you. So don't feel like you have to be a salesperson, because you don't. Some people don't even list their phone number. They list their email address, right? So then the people are like, oh, well, the biggest number on this letter here is the company. Let me call the company. They did just like I did. I want to speak to the horse's mouth, right? So they called the horse's mouth, and they're jumping in right at the higher levels. All right. And then the 5th level here, all right, is the $5,000 level. And when people buy this training, they get the modules 1 through 8, all right, and you earn $2,000 per sale on that level, okay? So you can see how this can rack up really quickly, all right? All right, And then they also have other products that you get access to when you're on the higher levels. Like they have e-commerce stores that you can actually purchase separately that are already set up. Not just e-commerce stores. You're like, oh, well, I already do Shopify. No, we're talking about stores that are already in profit mode. Or you got to do, like, if it's already profiting $5,000 a month, right? And they say, hey, we'll sell you this store for $7,500. Let's just say. Well, you do the math. If it's already in profit mode of $5,000 a month, right? You're like, okay, yeah, let me get that, because I have my money back in 2 months or 3 months, depending on the price and the profit mode. But they also have those products as well at the higher levels that you can do outside of this as well, if you wanted to take advantage of that, because that is part of the products that you can purchase as well. So I want to throw that out there. Okay. All right. And this level here is level 6. And this is the $12,500 level. And you actually earn $6,000 commissions. Now, before you just kind of let your mind glaze over and be like, man, nobody's paying $6,000. Nobody's paying $12,500. There's actually a person on my team named Tom actually got a check, because at this point, the person called the company and said, hey, I don't want to send that type of cash, but I'm ready to join, $12,500. Can I do it in a check? And the company agreed, because it was a higher amount. The company agreed, and Tom received $6,000. And Tom never spoke to the person. They received the same letter that will go out on your behalf. They received that same letter, and that person saw the opportunity, called up to the company, of course, because they probably were like, is this real? Same thing I did. Is this real? Right? And after talking to the company, and asking all the questions, and the company answering everything, right? They said, yeah, let me go ahead and jump on that. Let me get aboard. Okay. All right. So those are the levels that you have there. So I wanted to go ahead and make sure that you understood. And if you don't want to be a member, if you just only want the training, you can purchase just the training at $697, guys. So that is not a problem. But if you do want to make money with it, then these are the levels that you do based on, what you want to earn commissions wise, because that's going to allow you to be the distributor. All right. And most of us on the call, we want training too, but we also want to make a lucrative income, because we're trying to change some financial things in our lives. We're trying to increase. All right. Now, what I'm going to do now, before I go and show you the letter, I'm going to go ahead and open it up for questions real quick. Let me see. I think I got some things in the chat. I don't know if people are saying that they have technical difficulties again. Let's see. Okay. All right. Melody says she's going to catch recording. All right. Cool. All right. Cool. All right. So now I'm going to open this up for questions that you guys have at the particular moment. So you can unmute yourselves. All right, guys, you can unmute yourselves. And if you have any questions, go ahead and ask me questions before I go ahead and show you the letter and go a little bit deeper into the other things that I found out. Okay. All right. So someone's typing in the chat.
Okay. I got a question.
Okay. And then who we got here?
Oh, it's Dee Dee. Hey, Dee.
Dee. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Dee Dee. What question did you have, Dee Dee? And we'll get back to yours. We'll get back to yours, Carol. We'll get back to yours. Go ahead.
So I was trying to see, because I got the paperwork, printed out for here, but I don't see where it says, like, when you upgrade, how much is it if you wanted to, just say if you were at the 250 level and you wanted to upgrade to the $1,000 level?
That's a great question. And actually, I believe that is what Carol was asking too. So it's good that you asked that. Kind of kill two birds with one stone.
Hey, Carol.
With this particular program, and this is one of the things that I found out, right? And this is some stuff that's not, all over YouTube, but you guys need to know. I got it from the horse's mouth. You only pay the difference, guys. Now we're used to paying the whole thing again. Like if we join at 250, right, and then we decide to go to the $1,000 level, then we have to pay the whole 1,000 again, right? Not with this program, guys. You only pay the difference. So if you say, hey, I'm getting in at a 250 because that's what my paycheck allows me to do right now. But once I make me a couple commissions and everything like that, I'm going to upgrade. All you do is pay the difference. So to go from 250 to 1,000, what's that? 750. You just pay the difference. That's literally how upgrading works. You would pay the difference. You would call the company up because you'll have their phone number as well. Say, hey, my name is such and such, and I'm at this level. And they'll ask you for your email address that you signed up with, so that way they can look up your account. And you'll say, hey, I'm ready to upgrade. And they will go ahead and get you upgraded, and you'll only pay the difference. All right. Does that answer your question, Dee Dee?
Yes. Actually, I have another question.
Sure, go ahead. Because we answered Carol's on that, unless Carol had another one. Carol, if you got another one, type it in there. Go ahead.
Okay. The next question is, because I was going to come in at the $89 level too, and I was kind of doing the math on everything, and it doesn't seem like it's as beneficial to come in at the $89 level, because by the time you get the commission and pay the company back, there's not really anything left for you to order any more letters. So it seems like
this is, and it's good that you brought that up. Let me make this note here. All right, because I want to make sure I talk about this, and it's good you brought that up, because I said the same thing, right? Because everything that you see out there on the internet and everybody's talking about it, it's unfortunate, but in our industry, it's unfortunate that a lot of times, and I've been guilty of this too, so I'm not trying to make like other people, are bad and I'm good. No, I've been guilty of it too. Sometimes we don't take our time and do our due diligence, right? But with this particular opportunity, because I wasn't sure myself, and there was an actual phone number. You guys know a lot of times there's opportunities we join and there's no customer service phone number for us to call, right? We just got to go out on faith, right? So there was a phone number for me to call with this one. I called, okay? And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell all you guys something that is going to change your thought process on where you start. And you probably won't start at the 89. And you probably will, if you were thinking of the 89, you'll probably start at the 250. Right. And I'm going to tell you why. So that's one I'm definitely going to get into, because so that's good you brought that up about the letters at the 89. Let me write that down, 89. All right. So I'm going to come back to that one, because that is something, like I said, that I found out, and I want to make sure that everybody's paying attention and writes that down. All right. So give me another question if you have it, but I'm going to come back to that one. I got that wrote down, because it's not what you think.
So where do they get the names from? Are these like targeted people that they've already talked to?
Yes, what it is this is what we're told, because they didn't give us their actual mailing list. Now, of course, they're not going to give us their list, right? But from our understanding, what they told us is that these are people that have already been targeted for people who actually want to work online, or not online, but actually want to work for themselves, right? They actually want an opportunity, right? So they're not just kind of mailing it out to any, Jack and John type situation who's like, man, what's this? And I already make 9 figures. It's not that, right? They've already targeted. And there are places that you can get. Now, I don't know where they got their mailing list, but there's places you can actually buy a mailing list of targeted people. Every time, just give you an idea, every time you go to a website, right? And if they're asking for information, I'm not just talking about a capture page where they ask for email, right? I'm talking about, they'll say, hey, would you mind taking a brief survey? And you're like, all right, yeah, sure. You take a brief survey, and they say, hey, you ever thought about starting a business? Like, yeah,
I know, because I take those surveys.
What type of business can you start? Yeah, right. So that information is actually gathered by different companies, right? So that's how they know. That's how the different companies will know if you're interested in something, right? And then those companies, and I'll give you the name of one, guys. This is one I actually had to pay a fellow to find this out. I don't know. I just didn't know it. It's called Info USA. Right, that is actually a company that you can buy a targeted mailing list from. Right now, I don't know where 30 Day Success Formula got their mailing list from. All right, but what I do know is what they told us is that it's targeted people, and what I'm telling you is that I know that it is very possible, very realistic to think that you can get targeted leads through direct mail, because I know exactly where you can get them from. Info USA is one of the biggest distributors of that. So like I said, I don't know if that's where they got their leads from, but I know there's places like that that will sell those leads to. Those things can get real specific down to what type of car did that person buy within the last 30 days, like who bought Chevy Cavalier 2010 Chevy Cavaliers in the last 10 months type situation. Those type of lists can get that detailed. So yes, it is very capable for them to get targeted leads, when they're dealing with direct mail. Does that make sense, Dee?
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking. I know, because I was in I'm kind of still in it, but not doing anything with it. But the other program that you mail letters out, and they have leads and mailing lists and stuff like that. That's why I was like, where are they getting theirs from? They probably have to purchase a list or something like that. So basically, instead of us having to go out and purchase leads and run around stuff like that, they do all the legwork for us.
Right, exactly. And we're going to talk about that a little bit further too, because someone asked, how does advertising work? Is it different at different levels? Okay, and that kind of piggybacks off of what Dee asked. the advertising works the same. All right. The way the program is set up is an offline program. All right. And they will mail the letters out for you. Okay. And I'm going to show you the letters that you actually can get to get you started. Because one of the cool things is that a lot of times when people get into a business, they have enough to get into the business, but they don't have enough for marketing. Right. So the company will actually help you and front you your first set of mailings. I got a little bit of an echo. I'm not quite sure where it's coming from. Someone may need to mute themselves. If you're not talking at a particular moment, mute yourself for me. I'd appreciate it. But so when Carol asked, does it work different at different levels? It works the same as far as the mailings. It's just the number of mailings that you want to go out. And then if you want to kind of boost your results, if you will, that's why you see a lot of people doing online, you know, and one of the jeers out there, if you will, people are like, well, if it's supposed to be an offline opportunity, why is everybody marketing online? Well, I'll tell you why, because I figured this out because all I had to do was think, guys. This is why you see a lot of people marketing on YouTube. When people get a letter, like I'm going to show you, right? They're like, I need to check this out, right? Same way I did. Let me check this out before I, send in my money. First thing they do, they go to the #1 search engine, which is Google, right? They go and Google the company, right? Then when they Google the company, because Google owns YouTube, YouTube is the second search engine, right? So naturally, when you Google something, there's like 3 videos that show up at top, right? So if you know that your audience is going to check the business out, right? Because this is what we do. This is what people do. They check it out. If you know your audience is going to check the business out, you say, well, you know what? I know I have the letters going out, but I'm going to be right there waiting for my audience, right? When they come checking it out. Let me go ahead and put up a YouTube video real quick. And now they go over to YouTube because they're still checking it out. They have the letter with the person's name that they want to join, right? And to my understanding, they're still joining that person, but they go and check it out. Excuse me. Or what if they get a letter, right? Follow me. What if they get a letter and they tell their neighbor? Their neighbor didn't get the letter, but they got the letter. They tell their neighbor. And so their neighbor doesn't have a sponsor. They don't have anyone to join, right? The neighbor's like, I'm going to check it out too, Ted. They check it out, right? Their neighbor doesn't have a letter, so they don't have anyone to join. And they're like, Ted, man, this thing sounds good. I talked to Kyrie, from YouTube, and it sounds really good. So I'm going to go ahead, and Kyrie has a PDF, a digital PDF she's going to send me, just like the letter that the person received in the mail, excuse me, and I'm going to join Kyrie. So that's why you see a lot of people doing it on YouTube, because Google's the #1 search engine, right? And Google owns YouTube, and YouTube's the second largest search engine. That's right. Facebook is not first. Sorry, guys. Just want to throw it out there. So to answer you guys' question, the marketing works at the same at any level, but you'll see people taking what I call 10x action, right? Getting that from Grant Cardone. 10x action, meaning they're saying, hey, I'm not going to wait just for the letters. The letters are good, right? Because people are actually signing up off the letters, but they want to make more than $2,000 in a month, or 1,000, or whatever the case may be. No income claims here. I can't tell you what you're going to make, but they say, I want to make 20,000. There's one lady on our team who has made 6 figures in this already. And no, we're not talking about she's been doing it for years and years and years. The company's only been around for 4 years, right? I think she did it in I don't even remember how many months. I think it was less than 6 months. It was something really short, guys. She made that because she saw the opportunity. She got in and she shared the opportunity on top of the letters that they sent out. So she took 10x action, right? So that's why you're seeing different people out there doing that. All right, and Carol said how much they charge for the letters and how many in each mailing order, and we're going to get to that. So without further ado, let's go over here to the letter itself. Have that on my Google Drive. All right, so that way we can answer that one as well. All right, so go up here. Hold on, I need to move the little camera thing over so you guys can see. And this is what the letter looks like that goes out. It's a 6-page letter. Okay, that goes out to people, and this is what it looks like. All right, and it tells them to join in 7 days for $89, which crosses out the $250. Excuse me. All right, and I just wanted to mention one thing here. I noticed it. I don't know if everybody noticed it, right? I noticed it. I'm like, think about it. When you see something that has a price crossed out and you see a lower price, you're like, wait a minute. I need to join in 7 days so I can save some money. I'm just saying that's good marketing right there. Like, I'm so going to use that. All right. And I'm getting down to your question, Carol. It's at the bottom, so we're going to get to that. I'm just showing you guys what the letter looks like, and of course, all you guys will be able to get this exact letter here and be able to pull it up on your phone at the web address. Let me go ahead and put that in the chat for you guys. Let me go ahead and put that in there as we go through this. It is www. What is it? My simple 30-day plan.com. All right, my simple 30-day plan.com. All right, and let me put this in there to everyone. All right, so that is the web address. That's actually to my funnel there, and you'll be able to get this PDF here, right, and actually see the whole thing, you know, after this webinar as well. Okay. So we go on down and it's telling them exactly what they need. Now, this is where we're talking right here. It starts talking about the letters because Carol was asking about the letters. Okay. Now, it says if you need the company to finance the letters. What that means is if you're saying, hey, you know, I want the letters to go out, but I don't have the money for the letters and to join, the company will send your first 200 mailings out on your behalf, and you just pay them back when you actually make commissions. Okay. If you don't make any commissions, you don't pay them back. Okay. When you actually make commissions, you pay them back. All right. And I'm going to show you the cost of that as we scroll down, but that's what I wanted to let you know. So at the lowest amount that they will send out for you is the 200 letters at $299. And once again, these are targeted letters. They're not just sending it out to any Tom, Sally, and Sue. Okay. Plus the finance cost, the one-time finance cost of $50. And once again, if you don't make sales, then you don't pay that back. Okay. All right. And it says that you can decide if you want to send out your own letters. I don't know anyone offhand that's doing their own letters. I personally am going to let the company do what they do because they obviously know how to do this better than me. If people are signing up with the letters, I don't know anything. I'm not, you know, trying to have this huge learning curve of direct mail. I'm letting the experts do what the experts do, right? So I'm letting them send out the mailings just like my team is letting them send out the mailings as well. All right. And it says if you want to pay for your own advertising, the commissions will come straight to your door, or otherwise the commissions will come to them and they'll send you the difference in that. Okay. And it says right here, if you don't make money, then they don't make money. All right. And like I said, I actually called the company to clarify. Because, you know, that could be like, well, what does that really mean? Right? You know, like, what are they talking about? All right. And this is the first nugget I'm going to give you guys about this I haven't seen out there on the internet. I haven't seen it out there on YouTube, but obviously this video is going to be on YouTube, so you guys are going to see it. Here's the first nugget. The only time that you have to repay the $299 for the mailings, right? The only time you have to pay that is when you make a level 3 commission. I'm going to slow this down for you, right? Because I had to ask like 3 times. I'm like, you sure? Okay, watch me now. You say, what's a level 3 commission? Level 3 is when you join the $1,000 level, right? And the commission on that is a $400 commission. Follow me. This is the first secret that nobody's talking about. And I confirmed it with the horse's mouth, right? The company. If you're on level 1 or level 2, level 1 is $89, level 2 is $250, right? How can you possibly make a level 3 sale? Level 3 is $1,000. How can you possibly make that on $400 commission? That's not the commission that you're on at the $250 level. You can't. What that means is for people who, you know, if you're like, I don't know, I only have a little bit of money or whatever the case may be, you join at the $89 or $250 level, you're not paying back the $299. I'm not making this up. I asked them a verbatim. I said, so what you're saying, sir, right, is if a person joins at the $89 or $250, that you guys will send out the first set of letters for them on their behalf and they won't pay it back? They said, no, they won't, because they'll never get a level 3 commission because they're not on that level. This is what they said, horse's mouth situation. But nobody's mentioning this on the internet, right? Nobody's talking about this, right? I'm telling you what it is, okay? So when you were saying, Dee, getting back to what you were saying, oh, well, I didn't know if it was worth it, you know, to join the 89, if I should go up. For that reason alone, there's no reason to do the 89, right? Because of the fact of At least if you're at the 250, you're at the highest level possible to where you won't pay back the 299 anyway. Even when you make commissions, you're not going to pay back the 299 because you can't make a level 3 commission because you're not on level 3. That's just what that is. And that's just point blank period. And like I said, I had to ask them like 3 times because I wanted to make sure. And I didn't just ask my sponsor, guys, because a lot of times we take our sponsor's word for it and everything, right? Like I said, well, a lot of times we don't have a phone number to call either, just being honest, right? But I had a phone number, so I called. It wasn't that I didn't think that my sponsor was telling me the truth. No, I have a great sponsor, actually, guys. I actually do. Karen Moreau, putting it out there. I have a great sponsor, right? But I wanted to double check, right? And this is what they told me, okay? And I was like, wow. Yeah, so I see a strategy already. If you're at a situation where you're like, I can't get at 1,000, I'm going to tell you the benefit of getting at 1,000. That's why I did it. If I can't get at 1,000, but at least if you try and get at the 250, because like I said, you're going to be under that umbrella, if you will, right? That you're not going to have to pay back the 299 for those letters anyway. That's first, because Carol did ask about how much the letters cost. All right. So let me go down to that part, and then I'm going to come back and tell you another little secret. All right. Let's go down to the cost of the letters. Okay. Go down, because this talks about the commissions and what's possible and all this, the income possibilities. We'll get to that. I want to get to the letters because she asked. Where's the price for the letters? Okay, right here, the price for the letters right here, okay, is if you want them to send out the 200 letters, all right, on your behalf, it's $299. And like I said, that they will finance that first 200. No matter what level you come in, they'll finance that first 200. It doesn't matter if you come in at 12,500. They'll finance that first 200 for you. If you want them to finance it, they will do that, period, right? But the only time you have to pay that back is when you make sales of a level 3 sale or higher, right? So I'm on level 3, which is $1,000 level. So when, and notice I said when, not if, because it's going down. When I make a level 3 sale, all right, which means I have a $400 commission, right? Then I would pay them back that $299 and the $50 processing, right? Here's the thing. Why do I care? Think about it, guys. I go out there, right, and I make a level 3 sale, right? When I make a level 3 sale and I earn $400 commission, okay, they did the work. They went out there and they sent those letters out, right? And do I care about giving them that money back? No, because I did not have to pay it first. And I got all those other letters still. That's one person out of all the letters that I have out there and all the marketing I have out there, and I did not have to pay that up front, guys. That is the power of this, right? And I'm not just saying it just to sound like the other people. I'm talking about what I thought about, guys. I'm very analytical and mathematical too when I think of things, right? So this is why I joined at the $1,000 level, right? Because like I said, at first I'm thinking like 89. I'm thinking kind of like Dee, like, I don't know, right? And then I'm like, man, I ain't really gonna make no money at that level. And this is before I found out the little secret. I said, well, then I at least gotta do the 250, right? Because the same secret I told you guys. But then I thought about it, after, like I said, I called them 3 times. I called them 3 times, y'all, in the same day, right? I said, wait a minute. At 250, I make $100, right? But at 1,000, I make $400. And here's the kicker, guys. They have a 90-day money-back guarantee. So if I don't make money, then I can get my money back. I've never joined an opportunity that gave me a money-back guarantee, guys. By the way, I don't know if you guys have. I never have. None of the opportunities that I'm involved in business ever gave me a money-back guarantee, right? So they say, okay, I don't make any money, 90-day money-back guarantee. You hit up the company, hey, I didn't make any money. You guys know I didn't make any money because, you didn't get anything or whatever. So I want to get my money back. All right. And the company, what we're told as far as the company, it's been around for 4 years. And in 4 years, nobody's ever requested for their money back. What is that telling me? That everybody must have made something. Because I know if I put in $1,000 and I don't make nothing, and they told me, that I got a money back guarantee, right? And I don't make nothing, I'm writing it. I get the money back. I'm calling. Yeah, did y'all get that email? Yes, that was me, Helena. Yeah, that's my name now. Helena, yeah, can I get that? Right, that's me, right? So I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there. These are the things that was going through my mind when I was deciding a level to join at, guys. All right. So in my from everything that I found out, what I would tell you the sweet spot is, right? The sweet spot for the higher levels to kind of get going is 1,000, right? And notice I said for the higher levels. But if you're saying, hey, I'm not quite at 1,000, then the sweet spot is the 250. right? And I'm not saying that because 250 pays more commission. I'm telling you it because it's under the umbrella that I told you about, to whereas those first mailings that they send out for you, you don't have to pay back because you'll never make a level 3 commission if you're on level 2, which is the 250. That's why I'm saying it. Okay, so I want you to understand that because nobody's talking about that, right? No, you know, and some of you guys who have already joined, your people probably didn't tell you because they didn't know. It doesn't mean they're bad or anything. They didn't know, right? I dig deep because I need to know. I need to dig deep, right? All right. So let me see. There was something else I wanted to say too. Okay, and I'm looking for, and Tasha may have to chime in here. I'm looking for Tasha. I'm looking for where it talks about. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. The second tier sales. All right. Because all we've done right now is we've talked about the product, so that way you guys understand what you're buying, right? You don't just be giving money just to get money like that. That's not how we do, right? So we talked about the product. We talked about the first tier commission, which means, you know, when someone joins through one of your letters, whether it's a digital letter like this or you know, or the paper letter that's mailed out for you, right? We've talked about the first tier commissions, right? We've talked about the money back guarantee. We've talked about the strategic placement based upon the fact that you don't have to pay back the letters at the first 2 levels. Okay. Now we want to talk about the second tier commissions. All right. Now this is what, and I figured it out because I'm like, how are these people making like stacks on stacks on stacks? Now some of them I know how to make it stacks, right? Some of them, you know, they just have a large following from before, and people just say, give me that, throw it in the bag. If you said it's good, throw it in the bag, right?
That's what people don't talk about.
That's what they don't talk about, but it's okay because I keeps it real, right? So, and that's okay because at some point, guys, all of us will get to that level, especially if we're doing business, you know, in a good way as far as giving people value. We'll get to that level where we have, you know, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people, you know, in a Facebook group following us as well. So don't hate. You know what I mean? Look. We don't hate. We just go ahead and congratulate because we're going to get there too. And we're going to be great. Like I just made that up, right? So anyway, we're going to talk about the second tier sales right here. So that way you guys understand how they're really like banking it in, like seriously. All right. So let's say we'll just start at $89 level, right? Let's say you join at $89 level, right? On your direct sales, meaning it's someone that came directly through your letter or through your download, right? Which you'll learn how to do this when you join my team. It's like mad simple. I did like right before this meeting. You know, so when they join that way, $30 is your commission if you're at $89 level. Now here's where the second level comes in. Now this is another secret that nobody's talking about on the internet because I looked and I didn't see it. But now you guys are gonna see it on this video here, right? And I called and confirmed. I swear I had to ask them like 4 times on this. All right. Now I'm gonna put some names to it. All right, I'm Dee, aka Helena, right? All right. Let's say Latasha joins me, right? Okay, cool. And let's say I make, you know, the $30 direct commission, right? Then let's say Tasha goes out and she makes a sale. Someone joins her, right? Well, anytime someone joins her, I'm gonna get $20, right? That's the level 2, right? Now that means every sale she makes, I'm gonna get my level 2 commission. Every sale she makes. Every sale. So Tasha going out there kicking tail like bing, bing, she binging it up. Bing, bing, like she talking to her family. You know what I'm saying? She's talking to her neighbors. She getting the letters going out. You know, she doing drop cards. Like I'm telling y'all my secrets. All right, y'all better pay attention, right? So she doing this, and you like, another $20 there. Oh, Tasha, you're doing good, girl. I'm gonna have to send you a present. Good looking, right? So you get paid every time that they make a sale as well. All right. Now, this is the part. This is the secret part because that's not the secret. That's just the comp plan. This is the secret part because this is what we're used to right here. Well, what if, you know, Tasha joins above me? Like, you know, she joined off my letter, right? But she told my name and she has a letter and everything. But Tasha joined higher than me. I'm only at 89 or I'm only at 250. We're gonna say 250 because like I already told y'all the benefits, right? I joined at 250 and Tasha decided to go all in and she hit it up at 1,000. Man, I don't get anything because that's what we're used to with the business opportunities. You still get just what you would have got had she joined you at the 250. Even though she jumped over you, you still get your 100. You still get your 100, right? Even if she decided to go all the way up here to the 12,500 level, you still get your 100s, right? So you didn't lose everything. You still got that, right? So that letter that went on the other half still worked for you. versus you lost everything, because a lot of opportunities we lose everything. Did you say something, Dee?
Sorry, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Say
okay, go ahead. Ask a question.
Did I hear that right? I think I heard that right. Did I hear that right?
I'm trying to, Dee, I thought I didn't hear it right too. I'm trying to tell you, sis. I called them, and I said it like 5 different ways, right? Like, wait. So what you're saying, I even put names to it. So what you're saying is, if John, like the same way I'm telling you guys, yes. Because when I first heard it, because the first person who told me was my sponsor. And I said, I don't know if that's what she said. And I said, well, can you just double check with your sponsor? She said, well, let me double check, because that's the way I understood it. Or whatever. She said, yeah, he said he think that's what it is. But when you tell me you think, I'm going to check that out. I went to the horse's mouth. It's not a thing. This is what they said. I know. I understand. You're like, wait a minute, doesn't make sense. I'm saying what it is. And this is why people are multiplying so quicker than they normally would. I'll put it that way, right? It's happening so fast because you literally could, have one person sign up that says, hey, man, I really want to make a lot of money. And if they're deciding that, you know what, I'm going to put the letters out, but also, let the company send the letters out, but also I want to be on some 10X stuff. I want to go and tell a couple of friends. I want to go and do a YouTube video. I want to do a Facebook, whatever the case may be. I want to put some ads in a penny saver. I just want to do some big things, right? I want to try it out. Telling y'all my secrets, right? Then they go out there and doing 10X. You at work, if you got a job, whatever, you at work chilling. You like, well, I'm gonna just let the company put out the letters right here. I'll make my $100 when someone joins. And then you start getting these 2-tier commissions, these 50s. $50. You're looking at the mailing. I don't even know that person. $50 again. So you're seeing these packages that these people are showing, right? These 10, 15 packages a day. Some of this is stuff that they didn't even do. It's the second tier. Now, hold on. It gets even crazier. So the people can jump over you and you still make your commissions, right? Now, this is the next crazy part. They jump over and you're like, okay, well, surely they jump over me. I only get paid that one time. Surely, because they jumped over me. Nope. They could jump over you to the 12,500 level. You get paid your commission on them, but every single time they make a sale, that's your second tier. So you would make that 50 every single time. And I mean, come on, guys, think about this now. If a person's coming in at the 1,000 or better, I'm gonna be real with you. They're trying to do some 10X stuff. They coming in at 1,000 or better. They're trying to do some 10X stuff. They're not just waiting on the letters, right? The letters are good. The letters are converting, right? But they're not just waiting on the letters. They making some videos. They talking to some people, this, that, and third. So you wondering why you getting a whole bunch of 50s in your mailbox, through FedEx rather. You wondering why you getting a whole bunch of 50s because that person done joined you way up here and they going in. They going all in, right? And you getting a whole bunch of these, right? Or whatever level that you're on is the second tier you're getting on. And normally in the business opportunities that we get in, that's not how it goes. We don't keep getting paid off of them and they jumped over us. Right? We just lose and we're like, oh, maybe I should upgrade so I won't miss anything. We get all crying and all this stuff. The reason why people are upgrading in this particular program is because of the way the comp plan is multiplying and the way the letters, and I ain't gonna say nobody didn't think about it because there are people on our team who actually did direct mail before, but most of us did not. So, we're like, so we don't have to talk to anybody and we just receiving FedEx money and like, what? Hey, what? Hold on. Yes,
so
this is Helena. Yep, I know I'm on 1,000, but I know it's only been a week. I know. Just go on and bump me up to 5,000, please. Where I need to send the money to. That's what people are doing, guys. This is how it's going. Go ahead, Didi. You got a question? And let me check in the chat too. Go ahead, Didi.
That's what I'm sitting there thinking about. I'm like, man, it's almost easy. So and this is what I've been looking for like since I started all this. And that's kind of why I was, in all these different programs, because I'm looking for something that I can set up and I want to focus on leads. I don't have to focus on all the other difficult stuff that's inside each program. I just want to kind of set it up and, even if I got to do like a bunch of work in the beginning and set it up to go and then, worry about leads. But this is already like set up. All you got to do is worry about traffic. And you really don't have to, but I mean, of course you still want to bring some
next level to be on that life-changing income. When you see these people talking about 20 grand in 3 weeks, if you're trying to be on that 10X, you're going to do you know, something additional. Well, it doesn't have to be online. Like I said, you could you know, do some classified ads or whatever. You know, we actually have a training that shows you how to do Craigslist. You know, it's simple, right, but effective, right? So,
right.
you know, if you're trying to be on that life-changing income status, you know,
Yes.
whereas you're like, man, you know, extra $200, yeah, that would help, but man, if I can get an extra $3,000, I can quit that job that I don't like anyway, type situation, right? Then yes, you are going to use, you know, other avenues. And that's why, you know, for me, you guys probably know I'm really big about using YouTube with that YouTube training. And the same thing that we were talking about, Dee Dee, that is how you use that to push this to the next level. And anything else, you use that training to push it to whereas this is out there. You, like you said, it's just about traffic at that point. The company's doing what they're supposed to do for you, sending out your first 200 on your behalf, right? But you pushing it because you say, man, I'm trying to not go to this job after the end of this year. I'm not trying to have to do that. So you use the knowledge that you're getting, and you push this in anything else that you're already pushing. Because like you said, the front part is taken care of for you. They close the sales for you. You actually call. There's a phone number on here that they tell people that if they have questions. So that's what I did. I called because like I said, it was information out there. Yeah, that's the phone number down there. It was information, and it's an email too. But the email address, it take them longer to get back. Email or snail mail. So I just picked up the phone and called. And I will tell you, this is another little tip, guys. The best time to call is in the morning, right? Once you get your letter, you don't want to be calling you don't have a letter, right? Because the first thing they're going to ask you, all right, are you looking to join? Whatever you're going to say, whatever the answer is, they can say, okay, what is the name on the letter, right? And you don't got a letter, then they're going to be like, well, when you get a letter, you know, call me, right? Whether you get a digital letter like this, like I said, I put the website down there. What is it? mysimple30dayplan.com, right? With my information on it as well. But, you know, so that way, you know, you have that website, you go to that funnel that I gave you guys, and you'll be able to click the button to get this letter right here, right? And it'll ask for my information when you call, but you'll be able to verify anything I'm talking about. Ask any other questions that you have that you forget to ask me now, or don't think about asking me on Facebook, guys. All right. And Carol's question was, she said, did I hear that right? Carol, yes, you did, sis. I had to say the same thing. She said, say that again, please. Sis, I had to say the same thing. That's why I had to ask them multiple times, because it's not what we're used to. Okay. With that compliment, it's not what we're used to. Now, let's talk about a couple other things I want to go over before we jump off of here. We talked about the products. We talked about the 30-day money-back guarantee. If you don't make any money, we talked about the levels, talked about the comp plan. Okay, now the time frame that it took to be approved, and it's probably, you know, as more people come in, it may be a little bit longer, but it took about 4 business days, because the time frame starts once you pay. This is how it works, and this is why it's important too, guys. This is one thing I learned in my process of getting started, right? It's important that, you know, when you link up with somebody, I don't want to say you don't want to join anybody too big, because I want to say it, because just because they're big doesn't mean that they're not going to do what they're supposed to do. But the point of the matter is, when you pay the first person, you know, because there's 3 people involved. It's the sponsor, their sponsor, and the company, right? When you pay these other 2 people, right, you want to make sure that they go ahead and tell the company that you paid, right? Because the company's not going to activate you until they got confirmation from these 2 people, right? So I have actually partnered with someone on this because, well, for one, because I'm actually big on partnerships, but 2, I don't want anybody up there waiting like, well, Dee, I know you said you're on vacation, man, but can you just go ahead and tell the company I paid, because you holding me up? That won't happen on my team. It won't. Okay, so just be aware of that. All right, so you have to make your payments and make your payment to the company, and the company will receive their money. And once they verify they receive their money, then they'll go ahead and get you activated and get you everything that you need. So the process, I would say, takes about 4 business days, because they don't process anything on the weekends. You can go ahead and market on the weekends and sell and all that stuff, but they don't actually open up their packages for the money that you sent in and mark people paid other than Monday through Friday. So that I wanted to tell you guys about that, about the time frame. So that's why it's good to get started ASAP. So that way, you know, the process can go ahead and start, and you'll be ready to go ahead and promote. You know, the letters, you know, will start going out for you, but you'll be able to promote any event that you want to do extra promotion for yourself to push it to the 10x level. All right. Let me see. We talked about that. All right. Now, before I get into my team specific, let me see if we had any other questions. Carol laughed. Okay. All right. Did anyone else have any other specific questions before I just get into my closing little information? Go ahead, Didi. Did you say something?
Okay, so you said that like when you pay the company, you know, they have to wait to get confirmation from those other two people. So how do you make sure they go ahead and get that done?
What I did was, well, my sponsor is really good. Like she like the busiest woman ever, and like she like on top of it. I ain't even gonna lie. Like for real, I done joined her in like two things at the high levels because I like the way she does business. But other than that, you call because you're gonna have a phone number or your email address. I include my phone number on mine personally, you know, on my letter. But you're gonna have the contact information of that person, and you can reach out to them, you know, and say, hey, you know, I sent the money, and you know, you do it with the tracking number. Say, hey, I sent the money, you know, and it says it's received by you, meaning the person that you sent it to. Just want to make sure you got it. And, you know, let me know when you're going to be sending out that confirmation to the company. Now, the company does set standards, right? You're supposed to alert the company within 24 hours of you receiving the money, right? So let's say you send it out overnight, right? Because I sent mine overnight. If you send it out overnight, you got the tracking number, you know when it got there, right? So that person has 24 hours to email the company and let them know, hey, you know, I did receive the money from Didi or what have you, all right? With that being said, other than that, I can't control human behavior. So if you happen to join someone who they're on their way to a vacation, right? And they vacationing, and then your money is sitting in the mailbox and they're on vacation and they didn't leave anyone in charge of that, I'm so sorry, but that won't be on my team. I'm sorry. I mean, that I'm just being real. Like, that legit can happen, right? So this is just, I'm just saying. And the company has to get confirmation from them, because how does the company know that they got their money? You know, the company has to get confirmation from them. So if they're traveling and stuff, which is fine, but at least leave somebody in your place, right? So if I decide to travel away from, you know, where I'm having money sent, then I want to leave someone in my place to make sure that they open up that mail every single day, whether it's Sunday or not, every single day, because anyone who pays me, I want to make sure that I do what I'm supposed to do within that 24 hours or less. Really, like as soon as I'm checking the mail, let me sit down. Stop talking for a minute, y'all. Stop talking. Didi, Jonathan, Kyrie, because I know how it is if it's on my end. You know, I want a person to go ahead and do what they're supposed to do, so that way my activation is not being held up. So you just got to be aware of who you're joining on that note. You know, and that's all I can say about it. I mean, because that's the truth. Does that make sense, Didi?
Right. What happens if they, you know, don't notify come within 24 hours? Like, do they like do something after 2 or 3 times it happens, or?
They probably, and I can only tell you probably because I didn't ask them that, because like I said, my sponsor is really good, and I know me and my partner are really good, but I didn't ask them like, oh, well, what happens if the person, I'm gonna tell you what I think happens is they're probably trying to contact the person again, because they contact the person as well through email, you know, waiting on confirmation as well, but the person has to say, yes, Didi, right, sent me the money, you know, so I can only assume that they would then, you know, contact the person again, or you contact the person again. Now, what happens, I get what you're saying, what happens in the event that a person, like, I don't know, got sick or something, God forbid, right? But what if they got sick or something and they're not checking their email, not answering their phone because they're sick or had a tragic situation? I don't know, Didi. All I can tell you, Didi,
I guess worry about that one
wisely, Didi. I'm just being 100% real with you. You know, I was, like I said, I was up on mine, but my sponsor is excellent. You know, she sent mine right on in, and I, you know, hit up the company the next day. Hey, my sponsor, you know, I wanted to make sure, did you receive it? Oh yeah, we sure did receive that from Caramel Road. We sure did. You know, and I just had to wait for her sponsor to send his confirmation in or whatever. And at first he had my name wrong because he was using my Facebook name, so that's why it didn't go in right away on the very first day, but he did send it on the first day. But I hit him up after they said they didn't receive it. I said, okay, well, I'm gonna reach out to him. And I reached out to him on Facebook, and like I said, he just was looking at my Facebook name. or whatever. And so I was like, oh no, it's this. And we, you know, and he was like, oh, okay, I'm going to go ahead and send it in now. He did. And then they got it, and everything was good. So that's the channels that I did, you know. So I would say just make sure that you're clear. If you're talking to the person, you know what I'm saying? If you're not just signing up off a letter, if you talk to the person, just be clear that they know whatever your real name is, because it may be different on Facebook, and make sure they know what your email address is, so that way they can get the information to the company and everything. And just kind of, you know, if you're talking to them, say, hey, you know, did you remember to send that out? Type situation, right? And other than that, just, you know, be aware of the professionalism of the person that you're joining. When I say professionals, I'm not talking about a suit and tie. I mean, but we all see each other out here on Facebook. The people who don't see each other on Facebook, a lot of them are coming to YouTube to check out people's videos as well. And I know on my YouTube videos, I always put my Facebook in there, and I also put my cell phone in there too. So people definitely can find me in there, and other people probably do the same thing. So you can find the person and talk to them, and everything should be good type situation. My thoughts on it is that with an opportunity that has great potential with this one right here, I wouldn't want to get kicked off the platform. Like, I wouldn't want to be that person that doesn't send in Dee Dee's confirmation, and the company's like, you know what, you didn't, I mean, it's been 4 days and you didn't confirm, and you know, now she's ticked off or whatever, blah, 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 and yeah, we don't want you in our program anymore. I don't want to be that guy, right? And I'm like, wait a minute, but I just made like $3,000 in like, you know, a week. Like, what? I got kicked off? Right? I don't want to be that guy. So they have an incentive to not go past that time frame, like I said, because the opportunity is really great. But that is the only answers I have for you specifically on it. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Does anyone else have any other questions?
I wish I'd known about this a couple of weeks ago. Like, for real. I wish I would have known about this, like, for real, a couple of weeks ago. I mean, I knew about it, but not like really looked at like, yeah, okay, it's probably another one of them.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I said the same thing.
I put it over
my due diligence.
You know how much stuff I'm in. I'm like, nah, I can't even do all that. Just so good.
I understand. All right. So we covered everything there. And of course, guys, definitely if you have other questions, everything, if you have not joined and you have other questions, you already know how to reach me. You have the link to the website, so you know how to get the letter, which also has where you could reach me as well. I don't hide, right? But one last thing I want to say is one thing that we're doing on our team is for people who do want to, you know, take it to the 10X level and market online. If you do want to do that, we're going to be having trainings once a week inside of our Facebook group. You know, that if you guys are on it, you'll get in it. You know, and it's not going to be like elaborate trainings, guys. It's not an elaborate system. You know, it's going to be like on Craigslist or how you can get some free leads type situation in your business. You know, some things of that nature. And definitely, of course, in our Facebook group, you'll always be able to ask questions as you go along. So like I say, it's not labor intensive at all. This is not a labor intensive situation. So you literally don't have to do anything online. But if you do decide to do it in a 10X way, then we're going to have some strategies for you. And they're going to be really simple strategies because it doesn't take what you're used to. It doesn't take all that stuff that you're used to. All right. Another thing that we're doing as well is that we're adding the bonus vacations. Okay. And I believe we're also doing the hotel cards as well, meaning a person could get a complimentary vacation when they join us. They get a complimentary vacation at either Orlando, Las Vegas, Cancun, Puerto Rico. You know, it's a lot of different Spain, excuse me, not Puerto Rico, Spain. There's a lot of different vacations you'll be able to take advantage of. But the added benefit to that is when people sign up with you, like I said, if you're doing this online, it'll be perfect for you if you're doing that. But when people decide to sign up with you and you reach out to them, you'll be able to actually extend that to them as well. They can come into the Facebook group if they want to do the online, right? And they'll also, even if they don't want to do the online, they'll also be able to get that complimentary vacation stay as well. And no, you do not have to pay for it, right? The team is taking care of it. My team is taking care of that. So you're going to be able to give that away to anyone who joins you as an added benefit, added bonus for joining you. So we're putting things in place to help you be able to make sales outside of just the letters. But if you're doing something online where you're talking to people, you know, sometimes they would like extra benefit. And that would be like, oh, well, I saw this from like 5 different people. I don't have a letter, but I saw it from 5 different people. But so you're saying, you know, you have this and they have nothing, or they don't have something that's good. So that is going to increase your chances right there. And it's nothing that you're paying extra for, right? It's just because you'll be a part of Team Dee Car Lady with that. So I want to throw that out there as well. All right. Now, before we end this, I just want to make sure one more time that we didn't have any questions because we're about to end this if there's no more questions. Carol said, Dee, thank you for your in-depth explanation. All right. Wonderful, Carol. And I thank you guys for showing up. Other than that, guys, you already know this is Dee Car Lady, and you already know what we came to do. We're going to take this thing to the top, y'all. All right. And we out.